Hello, you are listening to an article from webmobile.com. Webmobile, with a Y, provides quality, people-centered, professional mobile app and web development services with globally competitive pricing. The title is Content is a Challenge When Building a Website. A website is an important asset for any business to have, and building one has its own challenges. There is of course the technical challenge which the developer has to meet. The technical challenge, however, is not so immense because it is within the control of the developer. The biggest challenge, I have found, whilst developing websites at Webmobile, does not often lie with the developer but with the client. This challenge comes in the form of a lack of content. When clients want a website done, they do not often give much thought on content, and we have to come up with creative ways to help them generate content for the website. To be clear, there is really no website without good content. Why website content is important. Essentially, a website is supposed to meet a specific strategic objective, the most basic of which is to put information out. When you have a business, you want to let people know as much about the business as possible. A website puts out information about the business, such as what it does, its history, as well as some future-looking objectives that the business envisions in the foreseeable future. A website is also a repository of information on the brand identity of the business, as well as its core identity. By going to a website, visitors of the website can learn a whole lot about the business organizational culture, and how the business conducts its affairs. This is important for both clients, and existing or potential employees, or even investors, who want to associate with the business. Some of the content on a website can curate business activities. Content can be more than just a collection of text and images. Videos and audio are also a great source of content that will keep visitors engaged. Regardless of the type of content that a website has, it is crucial that it presents a balanced view of the business, and this cannot be done unless a website has a fairly adequate amount of content. The case of missing content. I have found that the reason why most clients coming to Webmobile to have a website developed do not have content is that they are unaware that they are supposed to provide content in the first place. In the minds of most clients, they think they do not have to provide anything to the developer, and sometimes assume that it is the responsibility of the developer to provide content. This is so far removed from the truth, but it is not a well-known fact and most clients are ignorant as to what is supposed to happen. This state of affairs often results in delays in building the website, as the client has to generate usable content for the website. After all, they say content is king, and without it there simply is no website. Facilitating content creation. Over the years, as a developer, we have had to come up with creative ways of assisting clients come up with usable and adequate content. Often, what this means is that the client has to write up or produce the necessary content, which is no easy thing to do for most people. At other times, some clients will have a business profile already prepared for their business. In such cases, the content problem is easily solved, because it is easy to adapt a business profile to produce website content. If a client has a business profile, it is the happy day scenario, because a business profile already has the content, in a language that is adequately descriptive for that particular business. And often, the business profile can be turned to website content with minimal changes. In the case where the client has no content at all, we have developed a website content questionnaire, which outlines questions that guide the client into providing relevant information about their business. We had to come up with the questionnaire after discovering that quite a number of clients wanting websites did not have the necessary content. This approach is very effective, as it allows the client to provide information by responding to a group of set questions. Most people find it easier to provide information by responding to the questions that we set out, rather than to come up with the content on their own from scratch. After a client completes the questionnaire, we then compile it into usable content. Problem solved. Working together. Meeting the challenge of a lack of content when building a website is paramount, if there is going to be a website. The developer has to work with the client to identify and produce usable and adequate content. In some cases, the client may not be in a position to produce content on their own, and the developer has to facilitate the process to help the client come up with the necessary content. By working with the client as I have done through the website content questionnaire at Webmobile, a developer can facilitate the content creation process. Want to know when a new blog post is published? Please subscribe. Thank you for listening to the article from webmobile.com. A subscription button is available at the end of each blog post. We would love it and also encourage you to leave your comment at the bottom of the page. Cheers, hope you listen or read again soon.